I hope you guys are doing well. All right. So before we get started, as you guys know, we always do our fairy reads. I need 5 fairies to leave a fairy emoji, be live, active in the chat for a 1 card free pull question or reading. As soon as I get 5, we can get started. All right, it needs to show me is live though. It ain't showing me live now. Let me see. On my end, I don't know why it does that. It's goofy. Let's see. But other than that, how is everybody doing? Hey, Elise. Hey, Christina. So I have 2 fairies. I need 3 more fairies. Just 3 more. All right. So, Elise and Christina, you are free to leave your question or topic that you want me to pull a card on for you. And then, hopefully we'll get some more engagement. I know it's late. I'm going to try to do these earlier. I'm going to try. All right. Christina, your question is you want to know how did this person, John, feel seeing you at work meeting yesterday? How did John feel seeing you at the work meeting yesterday? Okay, let's see. Mind spirit as questions happen to both parties' energies only for the sake of what you allow me to know and to see. To let Christina know. Hey Tawanda. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. All right. Okay, and Elise, whatever comes up regarding love, okay? Okay. The Temperance. Temperance with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And 8 of Swords at the top of the deck. Hey, Nina. Oh, it did. Now you two want to suggest me. Okay. Progression. So, Wanda, you can leave your question. I need 2 more fairies. 2 more fairies. Leave a fairy emoji in the chat for a 1 card free pull read or question. So, Christina, the question you have with or the answer you got with the temperance card. How did this person feel after seeing you at your work meeting? There was some sort of relief, but at the same time, like I feel like this person felt good, maybe still at the same time though, kind of like not knowing where to go from here with that. Like whatever it was that they were feeling, it was some sort of attraction or just like a good feeling that they had about you, maybe a little bit of excitement. You did make a statement energetically. It may have not been anything that you said out of your mouth, but just your energy. You made some sort of like statement. And I feel like this person might be trying to process it. I know that Leo energy. I know. Yeah. She's back out. Interesting thing, like studying the tarot in the ancient Egypt kind of like perspective, I guess you can say, or just knowledge. The black cat can be referenced to the Bass, the goddess Bass, the black cat goddess. So there could be some connection with that as well. But your energy was kind of it was like a bold energy with not much being said. So you did have some sort of effect on this person that kind of left them in their head after. Like, what am I really feeling? I get like this person is in two energies about you, not in a negative sense. It's more so like something you provoked in them in a good way, but at the same time, it might be something that they're in their head about. Um, I feel like your energy may have exuded something to them that may have kind of caught them off guard, but they were drawn to it or they liked it. There's something, a healing effect to this energy too. So it might have brought up something or made this person confront or face something already that they needed to. It was just kind of like you were a catalyst to that. But other than that, they saw you as an attractive energy, and it doesn't have to just be physically or sexually attractive, but like your energy in general. Confident, poised is what I'm hearing. Hey Monica, how are you, sis? Oh, okay. That makes sense. A past connection. Okay. All right. Monica, what's your question? Tawanda, what's your question? And Elise, let's tap into yours. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting for you, Christina. So that would make sense why this person might be in their head a little bit about you. If it's like y'all got some history, a little history going on in the back. A general read for you. Okay, Tawanda, leave your question. Oh, I see you. I see yours already, Tawanda. Never mind. Greetings. Hello. All right, so Elise, just general guidance in regards to love. Let's see. Oh, oh. It fell on my wrist. So, justice. Y'all getting the majors. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands. Top of the deck is 6 of Pentacles. Could be something with Libra energy with those two justice scales, okay, or something in regards to like partnerships, contracts. I hear steady progress. I don't know why, but that's what I'm hearing. Steady progress. I feel like the message is that Spirit doesn't want you to be afraid about the choices or decisions that you're making around love. And it doesn't have to be like the type of person or somebody that you're talking to or dating, like making a decision based off of that, but more so like if you feel like, oh, this is not the season for me to take a break, like don't question it so much or overanalyze it. If it's maybe I am, it's time for me to get back out there, or if I feel like I need to take time out for myself and not focus on dating at all, that's what I'm gonna do. And not overanalyze. And doesn't have to be that black and white. It could be anything in regards to love where there is a decision that needs to be made, but it's I feel like it's not just as simple as saying like I'm not going to do this or I am going to do this. There's conditions in a sense of the karmic energy. So like anything that I'm paying my energy to in abundance, or anything that I'm saying yes to, whether it's verbally or out of my mouth or with my heart, I'm saying yes or no to something. Is that a wise decision? Um my yacht energy may be significant. Like a lot of it, I've been just kind of diving back into the whole Egyptian energy and how it relates to the tarot. And my yacht's energy can be associated with this justice card energy. There is something about order and alignment. If something is not in alignment with you, and not just in a simplistic way of like, oh, if this person is not looking to date, but I am, seriously date, or someone is not looking for anything serious, or they're not looking for marriage in the future, but that's something that I want. I'm not going to waste my time on this. I'm not going to put too much energy into it. Even if you were to meet somebody, let's say, because we don't talk about this sometimes, where you do meet somebody that may say, oh, I want the same things. But let's say the way that you view marriage, how you view religion, or how you view children, like things that are important to you, and this person views it another way. Is it something that is compatible for one another, or is it something that would have one of you or both of you compromise something about yourselves that are core and mean something to you, that may potentially affect your future? You know what I'm saying? Like some people's belief on sexuality and gender and equality and things like that. You might get into a relationship with somebody that doesn't agree with certain things that you do. And if you bring children into this world, and let's say your child, says, hey mom, like I identify as a boy and they were born a girl, right? And your partner just ain't with that, right? They'll be very upset, and you might be welcoming to that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's deeper than just like, oh, we both want to get married and oh, we like the same things, but like, do we stand on the same firm foundation? It's kind of the vibe I get from this. You're welcome, Christina. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Like when it comes to your decisions and choices in love, is in alignment with your core self. Like, does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. um, Tawanda, what do your spirit babies want you to know? Very interesting. Okay. And then Monica. So, okay, but that was Christina, Elise, Wanda, and then Monica. I need one more person. One more fairy. Where you at? Where you at? I don't know if you're very welcome. I don't know if Nina's still on here. You had is there a reading to tell your future? Just curious because I had two people do it, but something differed. That's interesting. Like what they picked up for you, you mean? Like one person picked up something else and vice versa, the other person picked up something else? Okay. If you want, I don't know. I got one more fairy. If you leave a fairy emoji, leave a question, I got you. I need one more fairy, and then that concludes all 5 fairies for tonight. Spirit baby message. Spirit babies, where you at? Tawanda, if I can tap in, spirit, if that's something you will allow me to know and to see. What do I need to know? What do I need to see? Ace of Cups. Aw. You have the Emperor card. You have the Nine of Wands. I get protection, a protective energy. The first thing what came to me, honestly, with the Emperor was like the throne of God, but I don't want to subscribe to that whole, oh, God is like this man in the sky, because I don't believe in that, but I do feel like it's a metaphoric message. Okay, yeah, whoever else is on here, I feel like the energy around this is that your babies, I feel there's some sort of protection energy around this. It's not to say that they don't have a message, but it's not like really coming through really strong. And I don't want to be that type of person that's like, oh, let me fetch for something. I'm not sensing or picking up. But the Ace of Cups to me, when it concerns pregnancy, fertility, or babies, this is a pretty good card to have. It's a very fertile energy, very beautiful energy. Yeah, you can leave an emoji and a question. I'm the future stuff though. Yeah, like leave a question or topic. If it's, are me and this person gonna get married, I can, that type of stuff, I'll ask spirit. But knowing me as a messenger, it is not always gonna be that, black and white. Oh yeah. And sometimes it might be like this person ain't for you. But even if I do say that, people still gonna be like, bitch, shut up. I'm still gonna talk to this man anyway. I don't care what you talking about. This is my twin flame. You're not gonna tell me nothing different. That type of shit. Am I gonna be famous? No, I'm just like, but no, the Ace of Cups energy, I do feel like this is a good sign for fertility, pregnancy, a blessing of a union. With the whole energy around your babies, I do feel like they are in the divine realm. It could be like a prophecy around this. With the Nine of Wands, there could be something to encourage you. Maybe you don't really feel or really wholeheartedly trust or believe that something around your babies or even giving birth to children in this lifetime is possible. There's some sort of heavy energy behind it, whether you feel like you've tried multiple times, or it could be around love. Like every time I feel like I've met the right person, it just doesn't happen or doesn't follow through. But I feel like this is a blessing from divine source saying, no, this is your blessing. This is something that is for you, meant for you. Even if it seems like it's tedious, or it's not something that seems like it's looking too promising based off of where you are. um it was usually around the person. Okay, yeah. Yeah, in spite of all of that, it's like, no, we got a blessing for you, and this blessing is ever flowing. So whatever the blessing is, it might not just be one blessing that comes of this, you know what I mean? Like a child could bring many blessings behind it. A divine union can bring many blessings behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, I mean, and it's still possible, and people do. They have their babies at 40. You know, they do. All right, I need one more fairy. One more fairy. Monica, you're up next, sis. You wanted to ask a general question. I hope that makes sense to Wanda. You're welcome. Shoot, I'm like, am I gonna have another baby child? Because I'm kind of kind of getting there. I'm getting there closer surely than, but as long as you got your eggs flowing and going and you still got that period child, there's a such thing of miracle babies now. I mean, I'm not going to discount it, but it depends on my body, and it depends on if the right man, right, you know, it just depends. Gotta be mindful of who you allow to, you know, plant in your garden, if you know what I mean. Yeah, as long as the eggs are still flowing and glowing and, doing what they're supposed to do, very good. All right, Monica. Yeah. General question for Monica Spirit. What is the message? All right, Del Toad, what's your question? Yeah, they gotta be flowing and going. They gotta be healthy now. Just like the men, they gotta have they little swimmers gotta be. Okay, 6 of Cups, 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, top of the deck, the Sun card. Okay, good energy, good energy. Okay. I do feel like some sort of like this is a message that's meant to encourage you with the 6 of Cups. There's something about generosity. Like, be receptive because there might be people that come along in your path that are just meant to kind of show you that no, you are loved, you are appreciated, or maybe even that you're desirable. It could be people in passing, like giving you compliments. It could be men and women. It doesn't have to be like a romantic, flirty energy behind it. And maybe in some cases it can be. But I feel like if people are kind of giving your flowers or showing appreciation for you, could be friends, could be family, or someone just kind of coming in. I feel like spirit is wanting you. It's like it's something to help you heal, something to help you be optimistic about what's on the other side for you. And it's not just around like, oh, love is coming, or oh, you see you're desirable in love. I feel like that's part of it, yes. But just to know that you are seen and you're not forgotten, you're not hidden, you're not unlovable, especially if you're going through something at times, like you might be having a rough time at a certain space or with a certain circumstance in your life. With this coming, it's like this is almost like a divine energy. Especially I'm getting the word compassion. I'm hearing community too. So some of this could be like people that are close to you, or people that are part of your community, or people that are part of your everyday world, whether it's like the same gas station you go to, or the grocery store you go to typically, or your job. It's like that community space where you dwell most of the time. That's where you're going to start having these exchanges. And it could be that you give it back. Like spirit wants you to give it back too. Like as people pour into you, pour into others. If you're someone that has poured in and has showed up for everyone else and clapped for everyone else, allow that same energy to come forth towards you because you deserve it. And I feel like it's just going to happen. I feel like the energy is going to happen. And when it does, see it as like a divine reminder, a blessing, like divine energy working through people around you. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Okay. That was a nice message. Okay. All right, what's going on with my last fairy? Because I'm gonna have to skip you today. It's just gonna have to be 4 people. I don't know what y'all doing. Okay. Yes, you're welcome. Happy Venus Day, by the way, sis. Y'all gonna have to come on because I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm getting real. No, just playing. No, I'm gonna be honest, like y'all, my energy is like real spent. I'm gonna be real transparent with y'all. I was contemplating like, can I postpone this tonight? But I'm like, no, that's really on some ninja stuff. I was about to say the other word, but that's like some ninja stuff, ninja-ish, where it's like, oh, I said I was coming, but I can't come at the last minute. That's just real ashy. Yeah, where's your question, Del Toad? I know you left an emoji. Y'all got to leave a question or a topic. But yeah, no, I'm just real spent. I really am. My energy is really spent, and there's just like a lot going on, and I'm just like trying not to stress out about things that haven't even happened yet, and only focus on what I can control. But me, I'm like a planner beyond time, so it's like, yeah, I know today's date is this, but I'm like thinking like months ahead, and I'm like, slow down, bitch. Like, you gotta slow down. My energy is real spit for real. I appreciate y'all too. Y'all don't have to be on here. It's late. It's late for me. So I know it's late for some of y'all. And for some of y'all, you might be a time back or so. But um I'm just like trying to pull myself with a rope out of the ocean, and it's just like a whale just nips at my foot and like, no bitch, we're gonna put you back down in the ocean. Are you ready? It's like, can I just breathe? Okay, whatever comes. Okay. Yeah, it's like, can I just breathe? Why it gotta be like this, Eric? I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to swim with no floaties, no life coat, okay? No life jacket. I said no life coat. Wouldn't that be some shit if they had like, instead of life jackets, like the little, they should call them vest, honestly. Why don't we call them like vest instead of jackets? Because ain't jackets supposed to be like something full, like a full something, or like with arms, like sleeves? It would be a mess if we had to like have something like that on us. I just the life coat. See my energy. I'm just like, where's your head at? I don't know. All right, let's see. Jesus, help us today, Lord. Del Toad. What messages do divine source have for you? All right. It's like, can a sister catch a break? Real. The Temperance card. Temperance. Four of Pentacles. The King of Wands. Okay, I do get an energy of like protecting your energy, but it's not like something dark, like, oh, you gotta protect your energy because you got evil energy around you or something. It's more so of for your peace. Maybe I should take this message too. Let me gather it in too. But no, like with the temperance energy, I do feel like spirit wants you to pace yourself. There is something about maybe overspending your energy. Like you can't take care of other people if you can't take care of yourself, right? And it's like if you need to take care of yourself, those that matter to you, they ain't gonna mind. And those that do mind it and they don't matter, it's just like, well, it ain't up for debate. There could be a demanding energy, and it doesn't have to be specifically a person or anybody in general at all. It could be just an energy that demands a lot of your time, you know? Hey, sis. Hey, Tori. Happy Venus Day. So, yeah, I got my girls on here. Hey. So, you got this energy. I feel like it's kind of wanting you to distribute your energy in a balanced and healthy way. There's some sort of healing energy behind it, but also an energy of protection. It's like protecting your peace, right? That's healing for you. That's a form of self-love, if you will, right? So don't overspend or over extract your energy, because with the Four of Pentacles, like some people say this is a miser, this is somebody that's like stuffy and selfish and cheap. But I feel like to a degree, it's like you do got to keep some things for yourself. You got to have balance, and the fours represent stability. So if this has anything to do with things that matter or important or people to you, it's like you got to discern how to distribute your energy in a healthy way that is protecting your energy, your peace, what's precious to you, right? With you. So if I'm just like constantly giving of myself and I'm not taking time out for the things that I need or to get rest or to eat properly, and I'm hustling and bustling, in spite of how I feel, if I'm tired, if I need a break or I'm sick, I'm just there for everybody. And if you got babies, you got kids, like of course you gotta separate yourself sometimes. And even if you don't have kids, there might be people that do demand of your time, but you got to take care of yourself. you know there's people that get sick because they've lived their whole life giving to everything and everybody else important, and they never took time out for themselves, and that's an unfortunate energy, and I don't want that for nobody, because it can happen. Okay, it can happen. You can lead yourself to sickness, madness, just being resentful towards mother, people. I was about to cuss. Um, or you can just, tire yourself out to exhaustion or sickness and illness and all that, and you don't want that for yourself. So I do get that's a message for you. And a message for anybody that feels led to take that, because it's not selfish. I know it's hard for givers to get that concept in their head. Like, okay, you love to show up for people, you would love to, or you do it, and it's a thing that you feel like, not just like, oh, I feel obligated, but because, oh, these are my people, like, of course I want to show up. But if you know you're not in the space to give, you got to honor yourself before you honor anybody else, because it's like, if you can't take care and manage your own energy, you ain't gonna be no help to the community, which is, your community is your inner circle, the people that you love and care about. How can we contribute as a community if we got somebody sick? And if we really care about each other as a community, as a family, friends, whatever, work. And that's why I can't stand jobs. I'm sorry, I'm going off the handles a little bit, but I can't stand companies or jobs that don't care about the well-being, mental well-being, emotional, physical wellness of their employees. That's so selfish. Like, we're not hamsters. We can't just, and even hamsters deserve a little, hamsters get on the wheel because they want to. But yeah, as a community of people, if it was a tribe of people and one of the parties were sick and couldn't give, they would support that person. There's an understanding behind, like, oh girl, get your ass up. I know you sick. I don't care. This village, we need you to do this. We need you to do that. Like, that's not how it works. So take care of yourself. All right. Girl, yeah, I know. I know, Tori. I know. No, you gotta have that balance. Yes, appreciation. Yes, appreciate yourself too. I want to share this real quick. I've probably said this on, I think, someone's happy hour, maybe, but I think it might have been a personal reading that I sent to someone, where it's easy for us to give flowers to the parts of ourselves that we like, or the parts of ourselves that everybody else notices or celebrates, or when we have some sort of milestone that's like, ooh, I did that, but why is it that we don't give flowers to the part of ourselves that we're trying, that during the midst of, the trials and tribulations, the struggle, the persevering past where you are, or even the parts of yourself that, may have had a tough experience and you feel like you didn't do the best that you could, or you felt like you did something wrong, or you're looking back at it and like, not giving that person grace for not knowing, needing to just go through that experience to learn and gather the wisdom. And I use kind of the example of, when you go to a hospital, let's say like a person that just had a baby, they'll give the congratulations, it's a boy, it's a girl balloon, or blah, blah, blah. Or a person that may have, I don't know, let's say someone that had just had a good surgery, and then, a successful surgery, and then the family comes in and gives them flowers and balloons. But why is it that, if you can go into, let's say for instance, you have a sickness or something, or you broke your ankle and you had to go to the hospital and you have your family around you to support you, they have the get well balloons and the flowers and things like that. Why can't you give that same grace to yourself when you feel broken, or that part of yourself that was broken? Can you extend that same grace and compassion and appreciation for that person that was growing and learning and didn't, maybe have not known any better, or that tried, that did their best, that showed up? The part of you that didn't want to get out of bed some days when you were depressed, but you were still a kind person when you could have been an asshole in this world. Why not show that same compassion and grace and celebration for that side of yourself? All parts of yourself deserve some sort of love and appreciation. It's not to say like, oh, my toxic self deserves to be like, yeah, bitch, you did that, you was toxic, girl. Yes. No, we're not saying that. But it's like, the part of myself that maybe was toxic, can I extend that grace and like, I hope you get well, I hope you're better? Or I see that part of myself, yeah, I had to go through that so I can be this person that I am now. Appreciation, all part of thyself. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if my little hospital message made sense, but okay, let's get into the collective read. I be talking too much sometimes. I think that's really the burnout coming out. The burnout coming out. As we sigh, as we exhale Waiting to exhale. No, I'm just saying. All right, collective reading. I appreciate you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all fairy messages. Thank you for participating, by the way, and engaging. It's always my pleasure. Collective read. We are at, I want to say it's 30 minutes. All right, we gotta do the time. Sure. Hey, Kay. Oh, thank you. I hope so. Don't be lying to me now, y'all. Y'all gotta be honest. I'm just It makes sense. Okay. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, Kay. I hope, I don't be doing too much. All right. I cannot see this on this little platform. Let's lay it flat. Move this out the way. So I'm actually going to use two decks because I do want to tap into the whole Cartomancy, but I'm going to use the Conjure cards, which do have like the playing card. You can't really see it because this is the Jack of Hearts, but you can't really see it because it's like a red print of ink. So it's kind of hard to see it with my pink lighting. But if I do need to reference a book, I'll have it right here. But I'm going to go off top of the dome and use my intuition. And I'm also going to use the tarot as well. Just go hand in hand because I feel like, yeah, I'm well. I mean, I'm still pushing, still kicking it. But I do feel like I need to, ground and rest a little bit. Because my energy is just like all over the place. Anyway, so let's tap in. So the past influence surrounding work or action in your energy, what energy is shaping you right now as of recent? Or as of recently, like past energy, anything that you put forth, any energy into action. Yeah. As a collective, what messages do they need to know or to hear in regards to past influence energy as far as action or works? I hope you're well too, Kay. I hope everybody's doing well this week. You got the Three of Cups. Yeah, okay. Ow. Three of Cups, Knight of Cups, and not the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. What's going on? Who the hell is all these people? And the King of Swords. Hmm. Okay. I feel like your focus on maybe like platonic connections, friendships. I feel like um sisterhood, brotherhood, you kind of focusing on building your connections with people in general, not really centering romance and love because you guys may have had to cut somebody out or just cut your focus away from somebody in particular or just completely shift your focus. Um it is causing people to pay more attention to you, more notice to you. I don't know why God like I be trying to just get some general everyday life. And somehow spirit is just like, we're gonna slip the romantic comedy energy into your readings all the time. And I'm just like, I don't why? I just don't understand. Like, make it make sense. Yeah. Very productive. Yes, indeed. You got a couple of options. You got the Eight of Hearts. Eight of Hearts has this pretty flower on it. This is a message of growth. I feel like the work that you put towards yourself, it is causing people to take notice. um Somebody that may have been cold, maybe more warmer, working their way to opening up to you. Because I feel like genuinely this is the thing. Because when people try to be manipulative and be like, oh, I'm going to ignore this person and I'm just going to, make them feel it that I don't want them. And I'm going to make them think that I'm just so happy and I moved on. And sometimes that does work if you're in a toxic dynamic, a trauma bond, or like y'all both just toxic people and y'all like, ego games and stuff like that. It will still work. But genuinely, if you were to really and I feel like most of you have put that energy towards yourself genuinely, um doing the work and growth on yourself and enjoying where you are, it is attracting people, especially someone maybe that was just like cold, not open, emotionally unavailable, and they knew what they was doing. It's not that they just didn't know what they needed to do. um to move forward or to make things happen or work with you. They knew better. I just feel like it was just a choice of not doing it or whatever the case may have been. Um, yeah, I can't get away from the love energies either. And I'm like, spirit, I what you want from me? So you have the Eight of Hearts. It says one of the first heralds of spring is spring and alpalacia. Hope I'm saying that right. The white trillium flower, trillium. Hope I'm pronouncing that flower correctly. Is much loved by many. To dream of this flower is a sign of flirtation or fair soon to come. Okay, Spirit. You're so cute, Spirit. Look at you. Because there are two pillars of hearts. It speaks about a union between two people, and if shown with the right cards, it can also mean a marriage. Otherwise, this card shows a large number of affairs and flirtation. Okay. So yeah, that kind of aligns with what I'm picking up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So for whatever reason, that's the energy that's coming through. Like Spirit's like, okay, that's the energy based off of the work that you've been doing. You're attracting that. And I feel like gradually you'll start to see that you're attracting people that are more emotionally stable and grounded, more emotionally open, and have a healthy relationship with themselves, have healthy relationships with love, and know how to express their emotions, know how to sort through their emotions. They have self-awareness. They're in tune with thyself. The stars beneath that. So it's like your energy, like you're setting your sights higher naturally because your expectations that you have of yourself, it's like you're putting yourself in a kind of a vibration of, if I expect this of myself or healthier things of myself and I'm working towards those things genuinely, then it's only right that energies vibrate on that same frequency, match and show up in your life. Does that make sense? So, yeah, that's beautiful. That's awesome. Okay. Somebody could be a Halloween baby or born November 1st. I'm like, kind of getting like something with October 31st to November the 1st. So someone could be born on those days or something, or maybe something significant with that date. I don't know, other than Halloween, of course, but something significant in regards to your love situation. Um, Connected to, yeah, October 31st to November 1st. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting. Um, so when it comes to your heart, is your heart guiding you? Where is it guiding you though? For real. Where is your heart guiding you on your journey in general? And it might pick up, it might be just a whole reading around love, of course, like spirit. Can you just give me a little bit more flavor? Thank you, Nina. Yeah, y'all can hit me up for a reading. Just check in with me with my booking days, like for phone readings and sessions, because my schedule is way different and I still need to update my website. I have not did that. It's so ghetto. I have not updated my schedule on my website. So just tap in with me first. You have the Eight of Pentacles in the World card. Where is your heart guiding you at this time? Eight of Pentacles in the World. I feel like a successful completion and transformation. Like it's like you've reached a certain point within your journey. It's like you might not even sense it. You might not even feel it. I love the World card because if I'm not mistaken, the World card is an androgynous energy or figure. To me, that represents the wholeness with thyself, like not just the feminine and masculine energies, but the principles of masculine and feminine energy in in a nature sense, in a spiritual sense, like how the expression of femininity and masculinity, not just like characters within human people, but just like, so for example, the moon, the sun, yin, the yang, shadow, light, intuition, a certain, or consciousness, subconsciousness, like those energy. There's a balance between that within yourself, and the nakedness of the character in the world card as well is that vulnerability being stripped, not being hidden. Same thing kind of with the star card. That energy of kind of that person being completely nude is that virginal energy, meaning that purity, or not purity in a sense like I've never done anything wrong, but just in that place of wholeness and fullness with yourself. There's nothing that is like, you're 100 with yourself. You're honest with yourself. Even the times, again, that shadow, that light, that energy that says, I know when I'm in the wrong with something. I know when I need to correct myself. I know how to extend myself in a way that's healthy for me. I know when to fall back and just reflect and meditate. I know when to take action, when to be courageous, when to create, when to allow, when to be patient, when to be still. Like it's a inner self compass. And I feel like with that purple drape around it, it's wisdom. You've been blessed with greater wisdom. And that doesn't mean that that's the cap. That's it. You're always going to continue to grow. But this cycle that you've been in, that journey that you have been in, it's like you did that. You did that. You don't even identify with those past versions of yourself because you gradually grown. I love the tarot, um the major arcana cards. If you think about the Fool being the beginning of one's spiritual journey or life experiences at that time in their life, it's almost like a book. Some books have um different parts to it, right? There might be different series to that initial book, right? So like with your life, you can't just look at it as just, oh, this is the only chapter, or it may not be the only that, that this one book is my whole life experience. It might be another book that represents a new cycle, a new chapter, and it has these different series of events in it. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Your heart is leading you in a beautiful direction, like a wholeness within yourself in a way that, you know, you haven't fully been familiar with. And it's a beautiful, like you're looking back at this with the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Is she just chilling? She chilling. Like this is somebody that knows what it's like to go through a lot. And from it, they know how to walk with wisdom. There's a openness, there's a receptivity to what is in front, what's ahead, but it's also like I'm still carrying that wisdom of discernment. Like I know better now. I'm not walking blindly as the Fool kind of walked blindly into the journey. The Fool is actually that void space, that space of creation where the magician makes that energy into reality and the Empress gives birth to that reality. I hope that makes sense. It's like a divine conception. If you think about it, the Fool is that seed, the magician is that kind of that force, that divine energy that plants that seed in the womb space, which gives birth. I hope that makes sense, child. The Seven of Hearts, it has like a little what is this called? Is this like a lava? Not lava. Oh my God, I can't even talk. Looks like some little insect type thing. He just here. He just chilling. He just inching away. So that's like a beautiful sign. I feel like of growth. It may feel like it's been taking a long time, or whatever this completion is, it's going to be worth the work that you've done, even in the way that you didn't even know that you were working or pushing and persevering. It's like that peak where it's like, okay, this shit all makes sense. It's like that peak that you reach, that you get to. And there's a divine protection around you as well. Like there's nothing that can deter you or stop you where you're at. Even the things that you feel like might have taken you off path, and I've said this in another reading, I feel like it's deja vu. I'm saying it again. Even the things that we feel like are delays, where we feel like things can be distractions or fails and all of that, that is all a part of the journey. Like some of that is necessary, because if it wasn't there, it has to show some sort of purpose. It's not just like, oh, it's just happening to me, you know. Seven of Hearts. That's actually that don't look no damn rattlesnake. Who drew this? This looked like a whole, like, I guess it's the tail of a rattlesnake, actually. It's interesting. And we are in the year of the snake, so shout out to that. And sometimes this looks like a snake eating itself, like that never ending energy. It kind of does give that, but I think that's a laurel. Anywho, the rattlesnake has been used in many ways throughout the South in folk magic and conjuration, but dream-wise, the meanings are generally consistent across the area. They are a sign of envy, jealousy, and an enemy. Hence, you are divine protected. I gotta just say that again. You are divinely protected. Um, if the snake bites you in a dream, the enemy conquers you, or you've been poisoned by the conjure. If you kill the snake, you conquer the enemy. Likewise, the Seven of Hearts is a rattlesnake rattle, showing a person who isn't to be trusted no matter what. And a snake is still a snake no matter how many times it sheds its skin. This card shows jealousy, hate, and a friend who may be an enemy. If shown with the 5 or 9 of spades, whether upright or reverse, it shows danger and violence. The meaning is the same upright or reverse, with only the outcome changing upright if you are for a battle. So you are divinely protected. And I do want to, because I don't like giving messages like that, but I do have to be real and honest with things. You are divinely protected in that you have to use your discernment with things, because there will be energies that may try to test you and things like that. But you're very close to some sort of victory, and there's always going to be something that tests you or try to pull you back. And it may not be that the enemy is a physical person, it could be an energy, it could be a thought, it could be something that you do that works against yourself. But again, I feel like you're divinely protected. You're divinely protected. The bottom of the Queen of Swords is the Page of Cups. Be mindful of flattery, okay? The Page of Cups is very immature energy. I don't feel like you're in this state of being a Page of Cups where you're naive and you just follow with things. You got to use your discernment in a way that, how do I separate emotion from rationality? Okay. You have to use your rationality in balance to your heart, yes. But you gotta be discerning, you gotta be wise, okay? So this isn't to scare anybody, it's just to kind of keep you grounded and keep you on your toes. But other than that, you got this. Like, you're good. Okay. Your heart's leading you into a beautiful direction. And of course, there's always going to be something or somebody that tempts you. I used to have dreams about snakes all the time. And it was like, until I started to pay attention, I started to, like, when I look back at the times I had those dreams about snakes, usually stuff would come out, like certain things that were being deceptive around me, or maybe people that, started to reveal themselves to me in a way. And it didn't have to be like completely backbiting and completely negative, but in a sense where it's like, you got to know how to place people and where to place them in your life, like who is who in your life. And then I had a dream as a recent where I bit a snake and sucked the poison out of that motherfucking snake and spit that shit out. It was the weirdest dream ever. It was like something I would never do. It was so disgusting. It was like, ugh. Like, I would never. But I don't know. That was an interesting dream. You know? So let's tap into, let's see. Challenges and truth. What's working behind the scenes? So that's a good way to, let's follow up on what we already tapped into, spirit. So what's working behind the scenes? Any challenges, any truth? The dream is a no. I know, yeah, that was weird. It was the weirdest dream, like one of the weirdest things. Like, I would never bite no snake. Like, that's disgusting. But I sure was. And I did it like just kind of like, it was kind of collie-ish, kind of like, I don't think collie would bite nobody, but it was kind of giving like this kind of this dark, fierce goddess energy, like, eat that shit for breakfast. It's disgusting. That's nasty as hell. That's disgusting. Anywho, let's tap in any hidden truths, anything that needs to be seen or known to this collective that resonates with this message in their own unique way. Divine Spirit. King of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the Nine of Cups. What you deserve is non-negotiable. That's what I'm getting from this. What you deserve is non-negotiable. The ghost, blah blah. I can't even talk. Because I feel like something. It's always the exes. Like, stay your ass back. Like, what do you want? And sometimes they ain't even exes. It's people you ain't even had nothing jump off with, and they still just like, if you don't get your salamander ass out of here, yeah, no. Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups. It's just like someone posing as like, I got what you need. I got everything. I want to be why? Because I made a reference to Waiting to Exhale, and I'm seeing that scene with Layla Rashawn and the bigger man, and he was like, just really just laying it on thick that he was gonna give her everything she wanted and needed, and was asking her, "Oh, what's your fantasy? Like, what you want in a man? What do you want out of love?" And she's like, "I want a house. I want to have kids. I want to go on vacations. He was just eating that shit up. And she was like, her story was like, she's probably a side of us that we probably all been there, where it's like, we know this ain't the man I really want, this ain't the situation I really want to be in, I know I deserve better. Or maybe they don't know that and they just settle, like, oh, he talking a good game, I want to believe this shit, I want to. And I noticed that, honestly, all the ladies on that, except for maybe Loretta Devine's character, well, no, she was delusional a little bit in the beginning. Her bisexual baby daddy, she was like trying to, she just wouldn't let him go for some, like, and it's comfortability, it's complacency, like, oh, this is, somebody that I've been with for so long, or I've used to mess around with them, and it's just easy. I don't got to go out. I ain't got to date. Everybody was kind of, in a sense, delusional. They wanted to believe in these men, until in the end, some of them got their right minds together. I feel like everyone did. The only one that actually ended up with a good man was Loretta Devine's character. I think it's Gloria. Everybody else was just like, F these dudes, we ain't. But yeah, it sounds good. Whatever this energy is, it sounds good. But with the Nine of Cups, to me, that's like somebody that's selfish. They're only thinking about themselves. Like, they're posing as like, I'm giving this to you. Like, and it's like, oh my God, for real? Me? Like, yeah, but under the guise of like, it's really what I want, it's just, and it looks good on paper too. Like, this person could look good on paper. They might seem like they got it like that or something, but they don't want nothing but just to take from somebody. This motherfucker is a taker. Oh, the Joker. Uh, yeah. It's like a cat. It's in reverse too, by the way. Yeah, this is a joke. Okay, anywho, this might not be for everybody. It may not be a person. Sometimes it comes in a way that it's something that is going to seem like it's good on paper, but there's some compromising. It's something where it tempts you to compromise something about yourself, and it's just only going to lead to a disaster and potentially a great big lesson that you may need. If you do proceed in that direction, it's going to lead to a great big lesson. So it's best to kind of like observe, stand back and observe. Don't just be like, oh, I'm just going to hop into this, or I'm just going to take all this in. Yeah. Yeah, Tori. That was a crazy dream. I'll never forget it. I'll tell you that. Um, hold on. I don't know the Joker. Let me see. This black cat. I don't think black cats are negative. Black cats are actually lucky for the home as well. Guardians of the gates, as I call them. It might be in the back. Yeah, the Jokers. So oh, that's a black motherfucker. That's a dog. It's a black dog. Okay. It's not a black cat. Oop. It says, look out, the devil's about. Look out, the devil's about. Black dog folklore has been abundant since the colonization of the Americas and long before that in Europe. They were said to be harbingers. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Of death, or even the devil in dog form. Oh no. This card shows the presence of evil spirits, demons. Ugh. Whatever you want to call them, their intentions ain't good. If it shows with the red joker behind it, the spirit has been employed by another to do the bidding. If the red joker shows up before it, it is someone is knowingly or unknowingly doing the spirit's work. Ghosts and spirits can work your mind to do, say, or things you never thought of. Nothing good comes from this card unless it's reversed. Okay, it is in reverse. Thank God. Then it shows there is no direct threat. You good. The devil's not about. The devil's not about that life. There is a spider at the bottom of the deck. I will say this. Some people don't know who they be messing with, who they be playing with. I feel like some of the lesson at times too, for those that are evildoers, sometimes they gotta see, like, they gotta come up against another person. You might be like, oh, why is this happening to me? Why is it attacking me? But it's to show you and kind of like your power, right? Whereas the other person, they're coming up against you, and that lesson for them is like, to be mindful of who they fuck with, right? I feel like it's a kind of like a catch 22. So if this is somebody that's coming with the intentions of tricking you, playing you, trying to get something from you, they're going to learn a very valuable lesson from you, and you're going to learn a very valuable lesson from them in this situation. So going back to the tower, yes, it's something foundational that may not be built on the right things, or it's to strengthen a foundation, maybe in oneself, one spiritual journey, because this did come out in reverse. So that's a good thing. The devil ain't about that life. You know, whoever is operating that dark energy, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay. Yeah, like I had somebody from my past, like, if you don't take your, like, no. Are you kidding me? Like, I wish, no. Hello. Hi, Christina. Violet. Is that how you pronounce it? Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Where we at? What's working behind the scenes? Okay, next is wealth and manifestation. How can you align with abundance and success at this time? Because ain't nobody stopping your show. They cannot. They can try, but they're not gonna prosper. It's okay. It's all good. Let's see. Spirit. Wealth, manifestation. How can this collective of those who are meant to receive this message in their own unique way align with success and abundance for their journey? The King of Pentacles again. The Wheel of Fortune. The Emperor. Queen of Pentacles. Listen, nobody is going to be able to buy you, sell you anything, because you alone, you are your own prosperer. Hopefully I'm saying that right. You are abundant on your own. And when you know that, that's going to align you with someone else who's also in that. If you're someone that feels like I need somebody to contribute or give to me, you're going to be easily sold, right? Something, or you'll sell something or part of yourself to get it, right? But as long as you know your sovereignty, in a sense, what I mean by sovereignty, not like in this like a tyrant, I'm over everybody and I'm better than you, but solidified within yourself and who you are as a person and what you contribute to the world, your value, right? As a person, as an individual, your character, in spite of all these like little external things like titles and fancy things, but like your core self, that's your divine currency, right? So as long as you know your value and your worth, you're not going to sell and compromise any parts and bits and pieces of yourself, or someone can't convince you that, oh, you need to do this and you need to buy this to be that. Like, I'm not shaming anybody that does, because I feel like we've all been there. I remember back in the day when I was all into the twin flame shit. This was like back in like, I want to say like 2014, maybe 2013, 2014. And there was this woman that I came across that was like talking about how she got her man back. She wasn't a twin flamer, but I came across her content somehow. I can't remember. It was like, she was selling this, oh, how I got my husband together and straightened out, and I was like his dream woman and all this shit. And I was like all into that. And I subscribed to her little email subscriptions and shit like that. So I would read her articles and stuff. And when you don't know, when you don't know your worth, you could be sold anything. People could sell to you like, this is how you do this. Where if it's anything that doesn't teach you how to like tune into self and love self, and it's like a manipulation tactic, something quick to do, like, oh, be manipulative, or in a way of like play mind games and tricks, change your appearance, don't talk to this person after 2 a.m., you got to do this, you got to do that. If it's something where it's telling you it's like you got to find something external and you got to manipulate your way, and it's not out of organic authenticity of who you are, because when you're playing those games energetically and spiritually, you're just going to get back the results in a way that doesn't stick, or it's going to backfire, or both. But if you're moving in authenticity, you're going to attract the people that align with you, people that are authentic within themselves and love themselves and is whole and healthy, knows who they are, right? and know the difference between this don't resonate with me, this doesn't vibe with me, and it doesn't mean any disrespect to you. It's just we're not in alignment, or we're no longer in alignment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to force or push or try to control or manipulate. If it's not aligning, it's not aligning, it's not meant, and I can accept what's for me and what's not for me. Versus saying, I gotta have this be for me. I got no matter what, and I'm going to do everything take bits and pieces of myself and put other pieces and parts of myself together, but whole time you ain't really putting yourself together. There's still holes in you, but you just like patching over it with other shit. You just trying to patch it up, right? You're not filling those holes up with anything of substance and health and wellness. You're just patching over it. So there's no healing, there's no growth, right? Eventually that shit's gonna peel off, and it's just like it's not authentic to you. It's not a natural organic part of the self. So knowing that when you are in that type of vibration, you're going to attract things that are in alignment. The emperor, that emperor energy, Aries, first house energy, self-identified, right? Knowing the self. Things will shift and change in your world. You're not going to repeat those same cycles. You cannot be bought and you cannot be sold or sold to. But when you don't know that, when you don't know your worth, your value, it's easy to like manipulate people. And I talked about this the last one. I feel like I kind of went in a little bit on some people, but I had to say it, like these dating coaches that only talk about how to um kind of externalize, like attract things on an external level rather than on an internal level. Not really doing the genuine work, but trying to manipulate things around them to attract what they want. Oh, be this dark feminine energy, or be this, this man that does, don't give this woman no attention, don't compliment her, don't be nice to her, don't like her post. Like the most corniest shit, right? You're just being inauthentic to yourself. Like, how is that going to work? And if you feel like attracting someone by being abusive, like what it's like to be abused by someone, to be used by someone in a way where they don't really want you, but they like the benefits of what you give, and they might, talk a good game and play those mind games with you to keep you stuck. So you trying to reverse that and do that on somebody that you say that you love and you say that you want, right? It's not acting right. Y'all just in that fucked up cycle. It's just a messy cycle, the same traumas and energies and demons fighting and playing in the same pool with each other, and you're not going to get the results ultimately of what you truly desire is a genuine connection. The problem is when you want genuine connections with the wrong people, you want a genuine connection with the wrong motherfuckers. It's not the problem of the type of love that you desire, because people are like, oh, love is not for me, it's never going to happen. Well, maybe it's because of the man or the woman that you want ain't shit, right? You expect a fairy tale from a demon, from a gargoyle, from from somebody that's just a nightmare. Like, you can't have a fairy tale with a nightmare motherfucker, a nightmare on Elm Street. You can't have that. A Cinderella story with Freddy Krueger. That's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. Rapunzel let down your weave, and then this bitch is like, nobody has time for toxic relationships. And some people do got the time. I don't know why. I don't know how. I mean, I've been there. I can't shame nobody, but I feel it's it's just it really comes from worth. Because I can say this 100% with confidence that I did not value myself, and that is why I put up with the shit that I put up with for so long. That is why I put up with so much shit that I did not deserve or need. And I found myself in the toxic loops and found myself being a toxic person too in the midst of that. And like wanting something to work when it's not built on a foundation of trust and love and healthiness, even with self. And I can say too that if these men genuinely love themselves, they wouldn't have been participating in the bullshit either. So it's just like, that's why they call it a trauma bond. Trauma bond is people just existing in their traumas and they bond off of that. There's nothing healthier foundation, a healthy foundation behind that union, but toxicity. It's not built on anything. Same goes, it could be friendships, it could be family dynamics. It goes deep with the family members now, because that generational trauma, baby, that's not just a physical thing, that's not just a word or a saying, that's a spiritual thing. It's deep. Okay? Deeper than blood. Okay? It's deeper than that. And so you can really trauma bond with them motherfuckers, and just keep that cycle, that just repetitive energy going if you don't break it within yourself. And that takes you loving yourself. Comes from loving yourself. It comes from respecting yourself, valuing yourself. That first sign of I want peace, I'm done with the shit, that's self-love right there. That's I value myself enough to I want to extract myself from anything that takes away from my peace, that is abusive towards me in any type of way, energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, what have you, whatever. That's self-love right there. You know? That is self-love. Let's clarify, because that's what's going to lead you to abundance. If you go into a company and you show up as your authentic self, and this is me, this is what I bring to the table, this is my gifts, my skill sets, my experiences, my vision, what I'm willing to, what I see for myself moving forward. And the company says, okay, well, we're going to go with other candidates. And then you go, oh, what did I do? But if you have that value, like your value, sometimes you got to remind yourself, like, no, nah, bitch, nah, if that's not for me, it's not for me. It's not a rejection. It's not the place for me. As long as I'm showing up as my authentic self, and if that thing is not for me, okay, cool. It's not going to happen. It's not going to go through. That relationship, that friendship, those spaces, it's like, okay, if y'all don't want me here, okay, that's on you. All right. It was some meme. It was like not a meme, but it was like a clip of Kiki Palmer. She was on I think she was on Jennifer Hudson's show or something, and it was so funny because the caption that the person put, like, when you the first time that you heal from a toxic relationship or something like that, and she was like, I think she called it, what did she say, a reform? What did she call it? I can't remember. It was something with an R, and she was like, that movie, okay, that movie ain't good because I'm not in it. That movie ain't. It's not going to be as good because I'm not in the movie. Type. Basically, it's like changing your mindset from, oh, what did I do wrong? What did I do? Why don't they want me? And instead of doing that, it's more so like, okay, you just gonna miss out. That's on you. You ain't ready. It's okay. No, I know my voices. They're crazy. But no, that's on them. Like, or it's just a respectfully, okay, that's just not my environment. Wish y'all well. Hope y'all find what y'all looking for. Okay. Or, we just don't work. But when you're emotionally invested in something, I understand it's easier said than done, especially when it comes to love. Because we ain't gonna let go that easy. Unless you just get to that place where you're like, because you got to remind yourself sometimes, like, there'll be times where you're like, nope, I'm not wasting my time. And it's very easy for you to pull out of something. But when you're emotionally attached, it's not. You got to bump your head a couple times. Be like, no, this is not for me. This is not healthy. You got the 4 of diamonds. It's like little shoes. What's these little shoes about? This could be like about your steps, your order, your path. Value in your worth. If you think about the 4 of Pentacles, it doesn't always have to be miser. Sometimes I don't blame people that's like, I'm saving the best of myself. I'm not giving all this away. Like, I'm just not doing that. I don't think that's a bad thing as long as you're doing it with healthy intention. So you have the work boots. Interesting. Okay. The shoes retain the shape of the foot and therefore the essence of a person. They show you where you've been. They ter- terrain you've traversed. Wait a minute. Traversed and so on. What the hell? My eyesight is really stupid. What is going on? Upright, the resting boot denotes a pleasant crowd or meeting, the results of which will be determined by the company the card keeps. The 4 diamond foretells a long wait for something. It can also prescribe a much needed rest after trials and tribulations, like the farmer coming in from the fields before dinner and kicking off his boots to rest. What's needed to be done has been done. Now wait. In reverse, because these are in reverse actually. It says a breach of confidence and double dealing within your circle, especially from a person who on the outside seems like a follower. So again, it can go both ways. Is this shit in reverse? Or do I just have some of them in reverse? I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I think I have this in reverse, but there might be some reversals in here. But I'm gonna turn this all the way upright. But I'm gonna read it in both ways. I do feel you guys, again, like, you're making the progress that you're supposed to make, and there's always going to be something to test you on the path. That's just what it is. But there's also those temptations where sometimes you might feel pushed into, oh, I got to fall into alignment with what everybody else is doing and saying, or there might be people around you that influence you or tell you that. But if you're not solid, because this could be the test, how solid are you within you and what you are about, where you're headed, where you're going, your true focus, your true vision? Where does your heart stand in alignment in the gateways of, like, where you're headed, like that next chapter or door you're about to walk into? Where are you at with that? That could just be a test for yourself to, like, to see and test your own energy. Like, where do you stand? How solid are you within yourself right now? Because again, like, big things, big when doors open, it's like there's going to be a lot of temptations in many different forms. Temptations to take you off course and off path can come in a form of something that seems like, oh, this is it. And if you don't know, you can compromise and forfeit that, or give somebody else that, that transfer of destiny, which I don't see you doing that. I don't see you doing that destiny swap thing where people come in and kind of even eat off of your energy and your. That's why it's very important. You got to be careful who you are in covenant with, romantically, friendship wise, your so-called family, career, business. Like, your essence is everything. Like, moving forward, who do I say yes to? Where am I committing my energy and self to? Again, like, if you don't know, like, your worth or your value, like what this pentacle means to you, you will, it's easy to get sold and to get tripped up and to get played, and we don't want that for you. Your divine team don't want that for you. Okay. Okay, where we at? Message from your ancestors. Unexpected guidance from your spirit guides. What y'all want to say? Ancestors, divine team that loves the collective of those that are receiving a message in their own unique way. What is your message for them? What do you want them to know? Do 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 do. Who likes that song? I know I do. It's Frankie Beverly and the blah 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 blah. Can't even talk. It's Happy Feelings. It's a song. I can't even talk. Like, I could know the words, I could know what I'm trying to say, and then when I'm like reading, I just sound so stupid, so goofy. Do 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 do. Mm. I love that song. I feel like it's an old school. That's old right there. The Maze. They're supposed to be coming out here soon. Rest in peace, to Frankie Beverly. And the Maze, that's their name, Frankie Beverly, the Maze. I just be like, just where's your head at? It's somewhere on the other side of the ocean. All right. So the Nine of Cups, the Sun, the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. You can have what you want. And what you want is in the core of what brings you true joy. It is not going to be something that takes joy and steals it from you. Whatever that is that you connect with that brings you joy, whatever that vision is, that dream, whatever, that ultimate goal or desire or vision, or just could just be just being, or I just enjoy drawing. I enjoy shoot, I don't know, doing nails. Stop me. Somebody like doing nails. I need some girls, some girlfriends that know how to do some nails, girl. Like, I can be your test dummy. Like, I can be your little hand dummy for you. You want to practice on me? I would be so grateful. Just don't give me no infections with that acrylic shit, okay? But I'm for it. I would love that. I'm gonna manifest a friend that knows how to do nails for real. But no, maybe that is your passion. I don't know. Maybe that's somebody's passion. But whatever it is that genuinely gives you joy and you pursue that, like you pursue that wholeheartedly. Some of y'all got like really playful energy, ancestors or guides, very fiery energy, or you sense their presence maybe in warmth. Like there's something about their presence brings this warming sensation over your body, or you'll feel like a heat, like kind of like where like a wind, right? It could be a cool breeze, or it's like in a space where there's no wind and you just feel like this heat come about. That could be someone's like ancestor, specifically like one of them coming through that has like a very jovial energy, maybe even like a playful, lighthearted energy, or it could be a spiritual guide or someone that may have passed on. But you got the high priestess here. It's like, like they're telling you, essentially like who you are. I didn't know that a high priestess was someone that was also a performer. A high priestess was also someone that sung and danced, not just counsel others. They also didn't really engage too much in romance or have children. Um they dedicated their services to their spiritual work and also performing. I didn't know that. I don't know if that's every high priestess in every culture, but the high priestess has a sacred value as well in her community. A prophetess or prophet has and it's still yet and still prophets hold a lot of value in a lot of ways because people seek wisdom and guidance through them. They seek God's source wisdom through these people, right? You may not be someone that professes, oh, I'm a prophet or I'm this, but you do give something of divine value. You are a divine mouthpiece in to some level. You are. And you could be someone that is a performer, or that is what brings you joy. They're saying that you have value that can land you and place you in an abundant of ways, like set you up in a beautiful way abundantly. There's no limit, there's no cap to that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that about yourself. Be mindful, be careful of competing or comparing to other people. Okay. I don't see you guys as like people that compete with others, but there might be a tendency sometimes to compare to some sort of unrealistic expectation of yourself that doesn't speak to the core of who you are. It's like if it's anything that goes against who you are, why are you even worried or stunting like, oh, I should have done this, or maybe I should do. No, no. If you're being authentic to yourself, it's going to pay you forward. It's going to open the doors that are meant for you. And they want you to remember that. What's at the bottom of the deck? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is just to a pentacle. Again, don't compromise. Don't compromise yourself. You know, there's a balance to this where it's like sometimes like we can get stuck in certain ways, but as long as you're being authentic and honest with where you're at in your journey, you're not lying to yourself, or you're not keeping yourself complacent or stuck in the past of what used to be, and you're focused on where you are and where you want to go, and you're finding that joy. And sometimes you do got to dig deep to find joy sometimes, because it, due to where you are, it may not seem like it's there. You have those moments and life circumstances. Sometimes you find those inspirations through just life circumstances that you didn't plan for or expect. Could be things that you don't really wouldn't you maybe have preferred never to go through those things. But sometimes like some of the greatest inspirational writings or person's testimony or poetry or someone's book or a song can come through when someone's going through certain things. Like if let's think of like certain songs that got you through something that you were going through because it resonated with where you were, right? I don't remember who wrote this. I don't know if Mary J. Blige literally wrote this song, but for some reason I'm hearing No More Drama by Mary J. Blige. And it's like when you go through those trials and tribulations and you're listening to these things or you're reading, it's like that person went through some shit to even inspire and encourage someone else, right? It's like, or losing, like, let's say someone that lost their job, right? And all they have is time. They might just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go to the beach, I'm just gonna walk. And then they have some sort of moment of inspiration that leads them to, I don't know, write a book or start something that they've always wanted to, and really put their energy into that. And that's the thing that leads them to the next, phase of their journey, that opens the doors for them, that leads them to that place of happiness where they wanted to be, maybe within their job, or um could lead them to the love of their life. Like, you never know, right? Or inspiring someone, meeting people, never judge where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. And I know that's not easy. It's not, especially when you're in the thick of things. But sometimes it takes that, wait a minute, what we doing? Let me remind myself. And your ancestors are here. They reminding you, like, for real. That's what they're doing. They want you to pay attention to the good flags, the green flags, but also the red flags as well. Like, whatever it is that's taking you away from your peace, that is a sign, like, you know what? Let me recenter. Let me regather myself. You have the 3 of clubs. I don't know if this is a hawk, but it does look like a bird. That birds are very sacred in a lot of cultures. Sometimes they can be warnings as well. Um, they can also represent the divine spirit. I think the eagle does represent the great spirit, Forest God. So the 3 of clubs is a turkey vulture. Interesting. Showing a time frame of 3 weeks or 3 months, a turkey vulture on the 3 of clubs gives a message that a current or future obstacle will be overcome with ease. Ache. In reverse, it shows more difficulty, which we ain't gonna harp on that because it wasn't in reverse. So we ain't gonna focus on that. That doesn't matter. But no, this is a good sign that you're flying above the bullshit, child. And that 7 of hearts, the bottom with that snake, that think they snake and think they doing something. No. So anything that's trying to set you in a path of going backwards, or saying like, oh, let me see, like, let me dig into the past and just dwell there and obsess over it and worry about it, or something that's just very sneaky and cunning that may try to lure you back in, it's not gonna work, because again, as a high priestess, that shit ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. And you might say no to it. Like, nope, I'm good. It's not really what I want though, but thank you. I got something else better that's coming, or spirit, I know spirit got me, you know. So I wouldn't even think too much on anybody or anything that's like, actually trying, like, just ashy, just trolls with no treasure. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the next aspect of all of this. So, we're gonna do our 9 of Hearts Cartomancy little ritual thing. Okay. So we are tapping into the power of 9 once again. We did do a live talking about the year of the 9, the hermit energy, and all of that. So this was so significant to me because I remember, I think I shared the story about the 9 of Hearts. Maybe I didn't. Um, so when I was in California pursuing, it was an opportunity that I wanted. And I knew that it was going to be a limited time. I didn't fully believe that it was something that was going to be permanent, but I feel like it was something that was going to open something up for me. Like something I needed to take a chance on. Where we at? My eyesight is, she's struggling. Let me see if that turns into a 4. That will let me know that it's 83. 7, 58, 59. Yep, 84 minutes. Um, so when I was going to pursue this thing in California, because it's like out the way, but I felt guided to just go for it. Because when I had originally, it was a job opportunity for me, like not really job-ish. It was like a career because it aligned with what I'm doing. I love reading. I love helping people, giving messages, being, giving some level of comfort and clarity, guidance, um, even reassurance. So I was on my like it was so much warfare just getting to this particular job. Like it was so much warfare like here and then the way the travel there too. It was a lot of shit. And I'm like, I something is telling me to just go for it. Like don't even question it, just do it. And I went for it and everything went well. On my way from leaving that job opportunity or that interview, I found a 9 of hearts playing card just randomly in the street, and I thought that was the weirdest shit. In a good way. I'm like, this is not a coincidence. I felt like I was supposed to like pick that up, and it was like kind of dirty, so I was like kind of careful with it, and I washed it since then. I had to like clean it and shit because I'm like, no, this is maybe I should have just left it there, but I didn't feel led to. I'm like, no, this is my little card. This is my little lucky little a little lucky card. I feel like that was a positive omen, and it was just you know, kind of a message of following your heart, like the blessing when you trust yourself and you have faith. And sometimes things are limited experiences. It doesn't, when I mean limited, not like what I should say more so is a limited time experience. Like it's something that you're only meant to experience for a time, right? It doesn't have to be something that's a long or a lifetime experience, but that doesn't take away from the blessing behind it. And that experience, I was very blessed to experience that. I feel like I was supposed to be there, you know, um, for the time that I was there. The experience behind it, like I learned a lot about myself. I learned like no, I can because I'm used to being on camera, even though that was something that I had to jump into because I wasn't comfortable doing that. And there's still times where I'm just like, I don't want to be on camera, but I do it, I leap into it. But to like be in a council of other spiritual people and other spiritual women and like everyone have their own gift and you knowing that you have something because every person has something different that they brought to the table, like some specialize in different things with their gifts. Some of them stuck to like specific decks, like they wouldn't use any other deck but this one deck, like that was their specialty, that was a gift or the that was the deck that spoke to them. It was a nice experience to have, but the 9 of hearts card, that was just like that was my little card. So I kept it with me. I don't know, it's something magical about playing cards to me. I don't know, but I will say this though, they are also very powerful divinational tools. They are used in a lot of cultures and they've been used for centuries. So hey, so what I'm going to share with you guys is the 9 of hearts ritual. So what you're going to need, of course, you're going to need a marker. I have like a thin tip black permanent marker, preferably a black permanent marker. If you can get a thin tip, even better because it's easy to write on. The Sharpies can get kind of thick and flat sometimes. It's kind of annoying. Um and of course you need your 9 of hearts card, like a playing card, just a plain 9 of hearts playing card. um I like the traditional shit. I'm a card collector just in general. I collect tarot cards, I collect oracle cards. I have a whole bunch of playing card decks. Like I got all kind of different types of playing. I got Sailor Moon, I got Hello Kitty, I got musical artists, I got a Michael Jackson one. I got like all kind of playing card decks. And then I have a love for playing cards, like or game cards, like trading cards, like Pokemon cards. I read with Pokemon cards. I can read with like pretty much any motherfucker card, you just name it, okay? I have decks upon decks. I'm a deck collector, don't judge me. But you need one of these, okay? You can use one of these. I have so many of them, but I would prefer like the old school original playing card for this. Like if you got like theme ones, that's cool, but I think it's more significant if you have like a straight old school version of the playing cards, okay? Um So what you're gonna do, you're gonna write your petition or your heart's desire 9 times on your card with this permanent marker. You're going to write it out. Like, it could be very simplistic. Very simplistic. It's 7-11. It's 7 viewers and 11 likes. Thank y'all for the likes. Lovely, lovely number. Thank you. Um, yeah, so write your petition 9 times or your heart's desire 9 times on the face, the front of your card. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hold the card on your heart. You're going to lay it on your heart and we're going to pray over it. You can pray one of the Psalms. I would prefer, personally me, I would pray Psalms 23 over the card and place it on your heart, but you can recite Psalms 25 verse 10 or Psalms 26 as well. That's optional. Now, I've also blessed my card too. Like, you could smudge it. You can bless it with like oil that you've prayed over, like olive oil that you prayed over. If you have like road opener oil, even better. I have my own road opener oil that I made myself. So you can make your own. You don't gotta go through the botanicas and the online. You can make your own shit, okay? Or you could put like Florida water, like just little bless it, hold it over your heart. Um, Once you do that, you can burn a candle if you want. If it's like something real heavy duty on your heart, that like something you want to manifest, please nothing manipulative like, oh, I want to be with someone, so I'm trying to, you can do whatever you want. But I learned something today, like the phrase. I know, like, it's common sense that that's not cool. You don't want to do things like that. But I read something today and I bookmarked it. I got to go back and read that shit again. But basically, when you do things like that, like working against people's will, whether it's like a negative intent to harm someone or wish something negative on a person, or just to manipulate someone's will. Oh, I want this person to stay with me, or I want them to come back, or I want this person to be with me, to like me, to be in love with me, or whatever, be obsessed, whatever the fuck. That's spiritual rape. I didn't mean to say that word because YouTube is very sensitive. But basically, that's what it is. So that's interesting. It's a heavy offense. So we have to be careful because sometimes it's in innocence, meaning in ignorance. You don't know any better. But when you know better, don't do that shit again. Now, you can use road opener candles. Opener candles, they have like specific like ones literally called road openers, and they usually come in like the color green, orange, sometimes orange, yellow, and green. If you don't have all of that, you don't have to burn a candle per se. It could just be done. But if you a candle person like me, you can do that. I have these little chime ones, a green, an orange, and a yellow one. If it's just something real quick, straight to the point, you can use something little like this. But if you want some heavy duty shit, or you just feel like there's something that you really literally need to open your roads, like you need that heavy duty assistance to clear your path, set that intention out, invoke that prayer, that intention. You can use a 7-day candle, something that is heavy duty and thick. But if not, um I use these, maybe even like what do you call it, a tea light. White candles, like I always say, they're like the clear quartz. They amplify the energy. Like, you can charge it however you want. Hey girl, how are you? Hey Ashley. But yeah, so if you do that, you can burn that 7-day candle, like set the intention to burn it. Maybe do it 9 days, 9 nights. Like, you don't have to burn it straight through, because 7-day candles, to me, I've never experienced a candle burn all 7 days. It might burn out before 7 days. Like, I don't think I've ever experienced a 7-day candle burning straight 7 days, even if I left it like that, where I know that, okay, I can watch it. Even that, I've never seen in my experience with my own like my own candles. I've never had that. They pretty much burn before then, and if I blow them out and then obviously I burn them again at night, like, okay, then maybe. But even then, I don't even think I've done that. But if you feel guided to, burn them for 9 days or 9 nights, that is up to you. You don't have to. It's just the power of the 9 energy. Um, but other than that, after that, after it's fully done, it's completed, you completed your ritual or you prayed over it, carry this with you. Carry your card with you. This is not the one that I found. This is like a new deck because I ain't about to write on the decks that I love. Okay, I got some ones that I collected and bought specifically because I like them. I think I even have some Wizard of Oz. I got all kind of shit. One of these days I'm gonna have a deck yard sale, okay? And it's gonna be like a library. Like, I'm trying to compete with Beauty and the Beast library, and I'm just like, that's insane. I'm like, that's impossible. I'll never. I would have to come together with all the witches in the world and all the, everybody that's like a divinational queen, a king, and be like, let's all combine our decks together and put them on. Like, I can't. It's too much. But yeah, carry it with you. Take it with you. I take my 9 of hearts with me in my purse everywhere I go because this is like a reminder. This is like one of those divine memories that I'm like, I know, like God just be come through. Whoever and says like y'all come through with the reminders, like, bitch, all is well. You know, are you done crying yet? All is well. Okay, are you done worrying yet? All is well. You know, that's how I take it sometimes. I feel like my ancestors do be talking like that. So I'm like, bitch, are you done? Like, get yourself together. Get up. We're not having this. Okay. I'm so childish. I'm trying to stand these up and they're not standing up. I think the yellow one is like the wick is too thick. So it's just like, you thought. But anyway, I'm going to close this out. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful. It wasn't as harsh as last week. I think last week was it last week? I think it was. It was a lot, and forgive me. Forgive me. But no, like some shit gotta be said, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes, right? It's how you say it. But I'm gonna get my ass out of here because like I said, my energy is spent. I just want to unwind, okay, and just relax. I do appreciate you guys. It's been my pleasure. I love doing these. Hopefully, we can continue doing these. You know, my schedule does change the week of the 9th. It does, my schedule is a little bit earlier. So I'll try to come on a little bit earlier on Fridays. If not a complete whole hour, I'll try to come on like at least, if not 30, maybe 40 minutes. But we're gonna we're gonna shoot for an hour earlier. We're just gonna try. And that includes happy hour as well. I don't know if I'll do many love reads again on Mondays consistently because sometimes I'm like, oh, I got a Monday or a Sunday. Sometimes I'll be in the space where I'm like, okay, but we'll see. I appreciate the love, y'all. It's been my pleasure. It's been real. Thank you so much for the love as always. Happy Venus Day. Some of y'all happy Saturday or Saturn Day. And I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Until the next read. Peace. Oh, I don't like when helicopters fly by. I'm just like, I get stiff, especially with all the shit going on, y'all. Just like, these little aircrafts is like tripping, child. They getting, I don't know what's happening with them, but safe travels and blessings to anybody that is still traveling. Like y'all, some real G's, like because the plane thing is not my thing, child. But that's we don't live in fear. If that's what's meant, that's what's meant. We just this is what it is. But much love to you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, much love. Peace. Bye.